I'm Beth Carroll. A Gift for Teaching serves public schools in Orange and Osceola counties by providing free school supplies to teachers to give to students who need them most. Their annual back to school drive is underway through mid August. My guest is Angela Garcia, Vice President of Development and Marketing. So, Angela, thanks for joining me today. And as always, I want to set the stage by having you tell us about the mission of A Gift for Teaching.
So we at A Gift for Teaching, we support Central Florida teachers so that they can really focus on what matters most, their students. We provide free school supplies and educational resources to them to make sure they have what they need to teach in the classroom and make sure the students have what they need to do their assignments and really be active and engaged in the classroom.
And I want to point out that you're doing this work all year long. We think a lot about the start of school, and it's certainly very important, but all year long, these students need these materials.
Yeah, we're open 10 months out of the year for teachers, so they can come in and shop once a month, and everything for them is free. We have a physical retail store where they can come in, grab a shopping cart, get all their supplies. But we also try to meet them where they are and assist as much as we can. So we have a mobile store that comes out to schools and also an online store as well. Our main goal is to make sure that their students are excited and prepared to learn, and we want to get these supplies into the teachers' and students' hands.
And so while this may seem the downtime in terms of getting the materials to the teachers, you are collecting them. And in fact, tell us about the 30,000 backpacks you've been working on this summer.
So this summer, in June, in the span of about 2 hours, we packed 30,000 backpacks full of school supplies that have been and are in the process right now still of being delivered to schools all across Central Florida. That way there are backpacks there full of supplies ready for students when they get there at the start of the year. And making sure that they know that they're supported and this is provided for them, and easing the burden on teachers a little bit of purchasing those supplies themselves. So that was a big campaign only made possible by all of our community partners.
You do have a lot of community partners and volunteers that are helping with that. What is it, 2 hours that you fill everything?
Yeah, I don't think it even took 2 hours. We had about 450 people. It was a great event in the Orange County Convention Center. We had a DJ. Everyone was just really excited to be giving back to the community and to be supporting these teachers and these students.
I'm sure the opportunity to volunteer with that is also a way for people to learn about what the situation is. So tell us about the need in the counties you serve.
So yes, I mean, it's a great way for individuals to get involved with us. Individuals can also volunteer with us throughout the year, whether they want to come by themselves or as a group. But unfortunately, in the county here in Central Florida, 70% of schools are considered high need, and that is a lot of students that are struggling maybe to come prepared with the supplies they need. And the teachers are filling those gaps using their own money. And we want to make sure that we're there to support them. We know that the students, their ability to focus and be successful in their schoolwork and their self-esteem and their confidence are all impacted by the lack of supplies or actually access to supplies.
Primarily Orange County, but you also serve Osceola, is that right?
We do. We have a satellite location in Osceola County as well.
So let's talk about when you talk about getting the supplies to the teachers, you do have the free teacher supply stores and then mobile ways. So talk about the ways the teachers do their shopping and then what the teachers do with those materials.
So yes, we have our store, our mobile store, and our online ordering. And so we really want to give teachers the opportunities to get the supplies regardless of, other barriers. So we are a huge county, and so being 40 miles away potentially from a school, it might not be easy for teachers to get to us. And that's why we have those other programs that they can access. And, we want to make sure that they they have what they need, not only in the basics, the pencils, the paper, but things that they can use as incentive items and hygiene items, things to decorate and really make their classroom feel welcoming and warm for students. It's not just about the basic supplies, it's really about giving full support in all areas that they might need.
So you mentioned there's that incredible need. 70% of the students need these kind of supplies. Paper, pencils. What are the supplies? What are the top items that you need?
So the top items this year that we are really kind of pushing out a request for donations are loose leaf paper, number 2 pencils, notebooks, dry erase markers, and copy paper. And every year we survey our teachers, and we want to make sure that we're not assuming what they want. We know, and we ask them, and we really make sure that what we're trying to collect and rally the community behind is what they need. And so any school supply, any donation is greatly appreciated, but those are kind of the top 5 items this year that our teachers are telling us that they're in need of.
So usually there are two ways people can help. Number one, they can just get the supplies, and maybe that's, you enjoy that. You're out shopping for your own kids. You get to just pick up some extras. But also people can just donate money directly to you, or do you even have an online way people can do this?
Yeah, everyone can donate physical supplies if they'd like. I know, some people like to go through the school supply section and pick out the scented crayons or whatever it is that they like to look through. But we also recognize that it's not maybe easy to get to the store, or you might want to shop on Amazon or whatever it might be. So you can visit our website, agiftforteaching.org/supply drive. And on there, there is a link to donate financially if you would like to contribute. But there's also a way that you can sign up for hosting a supply drive. So maybe you're part of a book club or a company that would like to come together and host one. All the information needed is on that website.
And I always think about younger kids when we talk supplies, but the middle school and high school, are you serving those communities as well?
We do. We serve all the way to 12th grade.
And are there differences in what they need as they age versus the younger kids?
We've thought that before and we've tested it out and, asking them what supplies they need. And some people I think might be very surprised at the fact that high schoolers still need crayons and markers, and we're giving them, they need the opportunity to be creative, and they're doing those science projects and those art projects. And so, they still really, really use those items as well. So I'd say it's actually, they might not need jumbo crayons, but they can still use crayons. So it's
Sure.
a need across the board.
The reason we're talking now is that the drive is on for the back to school. You have a drive that's already underway now. Tell us about that. And am I right in saying there's also an opportunity for people to donate and have those donations matched?
Yes. So we are in full swing of our supply drive for success this year. It will run through the end of August. But right now we do have a match going. So anyone who donate during this time up until August 11th, their donation, thanks to generous funders, will be matched. So for us, we already have great partnerships and are able to really leverage every donation we get in. So normally we're able to turn $1 into $10 worth of supplies. With this match, we're actually going to be able to turn that into $20 worth of supplies. So it's a big, a big time of the year for us and big campaign to make sure that we can meet the students and teachers' needs.
And I have to ask you, I mentioned early on that, the students need supplies all year long, and, the pencils, they get broken and lost and et cetera, et cetera. So people can donate now and you're stocking up against those later needs, right?
Everything we get from our drive, it typically provides about a third of the supplies that we need for the year. So it's a very big campaign for us, and we want to make sure that we're continuing to get donations throughout the year to make sure our shelves are always stocked.
Well, let's give out your website again then too for people. It's a giftforteaching.org. And yes, you can go on there more than once and find out about this. Let's hear about, this program in relation to other programs, because You do have the mobile opportunity for teachers. You have something called Artworks. We were talking about the crayons, and then a gift for music is a program you've had for a very long time. Tell us about the big picture there and all those separate opportunities.
So really kind of at the end of the day, investing in teachers is really investing in our students and creating stronger classrooms and paving the way for success for these students. And we recognize that that goes beyond just access to school supplies. And so some of the programs like we have that you mentioned, our Artworks program, for example, is professional development for visual arts teachers. And so we have great partners like the Morse Museum and others who come together and we host workshops for teachers. And then they're given all of the supplies they need to recreate that same project with their classes. And so it's been a great way that we're able to, bring professional artists and community members to teach these teachers and to make sure that they have exciting and fun ways that they can engage with their students and having access to all those supplies. Our Gift for Music program was founded the year after we opened, and that really came because our founder realized, there's more of a need for those engaging activities for students and those extracurriculars. And so it's free stringed instrument lessons to students who may not otherwise be able to afford it. And it is an after school program and then also on Saturdays, depending on the student's age and level. But they can start with us in third grade and go all the way up to 12th grade in the program.
So they're doing that at their schools or in a location where people come from all schools?
During the week, it's directly at schools, and we're at 8 different schools with the after-school programs. On Saturday, it actually is held at Lake Highland Prep because they're great partners of ours and have a lovely facility that we can host the rehearsals.
And over the years, what has come of that particular program? I recall a couple of times where the students were giving these nice free holiday concerts and that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's just endless opportunity for, students in that program. One of the things that's so wonderful that we've seen is students who have gone through the Gift for Music program, graduated, gone to UCF for instructional music, and then coming back and being an instructor at a Gift for Music. And so it's been so great that you can see kind of full circle the impact that the music program had on them, how it's shaped and how it's assisted their professional career, and now how they're giving back to a Gift for Music again.
Very nice. So how do people contribute to those two programs? Is that a separate thing?
They can also donate on our website if they specifically would like a donation to go to a Gift for Music. They can also designate that on there, or they can also go to agiftformusic.org.
Okay. But again, as we get closer and closer to the start of school, you are collecting supplies for your supply store. When can those teachers start to shop? And do they kind of come in before school starts really to find things to enhance their rooms?
They do. August 4th is our opening day. We like to open the week before school starts so teachers can get settled and carve out some time to come visit us. So it will be a very busy week for us, our that whole opening week. But we're excited to welcome them back. It is definitely quiet around our offices over the summer, and we're really excited for the new school year to start.
Okay. And again, people can double up, have twice the impact because you have the matching going on. So remind us how to make those contributions. And frankly, we didn't really talk about if I want to go and bite the paper, where do I drop it off to you?
So our website, again, agiftforteaching.org/supply drive, gives you all that information. It'll give you an address, where to go, how to set up an appointment to drop off those supplies. And whether you're giving your time, resources, or just helping us spread the word, it all really adds up to make a difference to classrooms right here in Central Florida and impact on the teachers here that are serving our students.
That's great. And before I let you go, talk a little bit more about opportunities to volunteer with a gift for teaching? We talked about the backpacks, but throughout the year, how can people help you?
So we are a lean staff at a Gift for Teaching, and so we do heavily rely on the support of community volunteers. If you are a part of maybe a company or a group that likes to volunteer together, we host several of those a week that come in and help us prepare all of the items, sort things, bundle items. And then we also have a team of really dedicated individual volunteers who come in the morning to get the store nice and pretty, and then those that come in the afternoon to actually help run our store and help teachers shop. So all of those can be found on our website as well. There's a whole schedule. Anyone can sign up for shifts, and then be trained and become, a part of the Gift for Teaching family.
Angela, as we round out our discussion today, I'd like to return to that subject of the need because I know that as students get back to school, some of them just aren't prepared with the supplies they need. What are the statistics there?
Yeah, unfortunately, we see 54% of students arrive without all the necessary supplies for the class on their first day. And teachers tell us that, and they tell us that when they're at home, 53% did not have adequate school supplies to complete their work. And so this is just crucial to make sure that they can stay engaged, they can stay interested in learning, and we can create an equitable learning environment.
Yeah, and you make me think of one more thing that we really didn't talk about along those lines is that part of the need and being ready for school are those hygiene items.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, teachers are so involved in their students' lives and they know what they're going through and maybe what they're experiencing. So to have access to those supplies when they can maybe discreetly slip in toothpaste or a toothbrush in a student's backpack without it being known is really a great feeling for the teacher to be able to provide that and know that their students don't need to go without if that's something that they're struggling with. So hygiene items and clothing, we take brand new clothing as well. And that's available for teachers to take should they need it for any of their students.
Angela Garcia is Vice President of Development and Marketing for A Gift for Teaching. I'm Beth Carroll.